Some people start with everything stacked against them. No family money, no connections, no backup plan. Yet somehow a few of them still rise. They build, they grow, and they prosper. Not because life was easy, but because faith and focus made it possible. So how do you build wealth when the odds aren't in your favour? Today I'll show you 3 secrets that have nothing to do with luck, and everything to do with mindset, stewardship, and perseverance. We often believe wealth is about money coming in, but the truth, it's more about what stays in and what grows once it's in your hands. People stay broke because their habits never evolve beyond survival. They repeat the same cycle: earn, spend, stress, repeat. Real wealth begins when you replace that loop with earn, invest, increase, impact. Statistics might say it's impossible for someone with your background to build wealth, but faith was never built on statistics. It was built on stories. Stories of people who started with little but believed for more. Abraham left everything familiar. Joseph prospered in prison. Ruth gleaned in fields before owning them. When faith drives your finances, odds lose their power. Because numbers describe your situation, but they don't define your outcome. The first secret to building wealth against the odds is belief capital. Before you ever earn $1, you must believe you deserve to steward one well. Poor thinking keeps more people poor than any economy ever could. Start by rewriting your inner script. I am not chasing money, I'm chasing mastery. When you shift from scarcity to stewardship, decisions change. You stop asking, can I afford this? You start asking, will this build me? The second secret, manage before you multiply. In the parable of the talents, the master rewarded the servants who multiplied what they already had. Notice, they didn't receive more until they proved faithful with less. If you can handle $100 well, you're training for $1,000. If you can budget time, you can budget money. Wealth always follows management maturity. Draw a simple frame, a square split into 10 smaller boxes. Label 9 of them, purpose spending. Label the 10th, seed saving. This reminds you, wealth isn't about hoarding, it's about intentional direction. Every dollar should have a job. When you treat money as a servant, not a master, it multiplies faster and carries peace instead of pressure. The third secret, build relationships that exchange wisdom, not ego. You don't rise alone, you rise connected. Find people who stretch your thinking and celebrate your discipline, not your spending. Sometimes the richest favor God gives isn't money, it's mentorship. A conversation can open doors a degree never could. Wealth built fast rarely lasts. Wealth built slowly becomes strength. You may not see the fruit yet, but that doesn't mean the roots aren't deepening. Faith says, I'll keep planting even when harvest feels far. God's timeline is different, but his math always balances. You'll face voices, external and internal, saying people like you don't make it that far. When that happens, remember, the same God who gave the dream equips the diligence. Your job is obedience, his job is outcome. And sometimes the miracle isn't a sudden check. It's the discipline that kept you consistent. True wealth doesn't end with you, it flows through you. If your increase only benefits your lifestyle and not your legacy, it isn't kingdom wealth, it's consumption. Generosity isn't losing, it's leveraging. Because every time you bless others, you remind your heart who's truly in control of the resources. If this message encouraged you, take a moment to like the video. It helps others find this truth when they need it most. Comment below and share what step of stewardship you're taking next. I'd love to see how faith is shaping your finances. And when you're ready for the next story, there's another waiting that will build on what you learned today. I'm Richard, reminding you to master the art of starting small.